Housing News 360. The headlines. Federal government budget 64.88 billion naira for roads maintenance. Dasuki seeks forfeited Abuja estate for military housing. Wike revokes lands of governors, senators, other political heavyweights. And on the foreign scene, families of hostages held in Gaza says they are in agony over ceasefire delays. The Federal Roads Maintenance Agency has proposed a total of 64.88 billion naira for the 2025 budget appropriation for maintenance of Nigeria's road sector. A statement from FEMA's director, Mariam Sanusi, said the Minister of State for Works, Muhammad Bello Goronyo, who is the supervising minister of the agency, reviewed this at the opening presentation of the budget defense before the joint session of the Senate and Housing Committees on FEMA. The estimate, however, comprised 4.9 billion naira for personal cost, 33.468 billion naira for overhead cost, and 26.487 billion naira for capital cost. The budget prioritizes major trunk A roads within the 6 geopolitical zones, aligning with Mr. President's development and economic recovery objectives of the Renewed Hope agenda. The minister, however, assured the FEMA is committed to ensure transparency and accountability using data-driven decision-making and regular community engagement in road maintenance planning. The World Bank has allocated 5 billion naira to 140 communities across 17 local government areas in Plateau State as part of its initiative to address the adverse effects of climate change. The bank's country director for Nigeria, Ndiame Diop, made this announcement on Thursday in Jos during the official disbursement ceremony for the selected communities. Mr. Diop explained that the funds are being distributed under the Agroclimate Resilience in Semi-Arid Landscape Project, specifically through its Community Revolving Fund component. He, however, stated that this initiative supports communities in implementing climate resilience strategy. He urged beneficiaries to use the funds responsibly, warning that violators would face strict sanctions. Representative Abdulsamad Dasuki, the lawmaker representing Tambuwa and Kebe Federal Constituency of Sokoto State, has called for the allocation of a massive forfeited estate in Abuja to address the housing needs of military personnel. The estate, spanning 150,500 square meters and comprising 753 duplexes and apartments, was forfeited on December 2, 2024 by order of Justice Jude Onwegbuze, located in Plot 109, Kedestra Zone C9, Lokogoma District. The estate is the largest single asset recovered by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission since its establishment in 2003. In a statement marking Armed Forces Remembrance Day, Dasuki, who also chairs the House of Representatives Committee on Shipping Services, emphasized the urgent need for collaboration between the National Assembly and the Executive to ensure the estate is allocated to the military. Dasuki called on the National Assembly to urgently work with the Executive in ensuring that this forfeited massive estate is allocated to the military to address the housing needs of military personnel. The Federal Capital Territory Minister Nyesom Wike has revoked the lands allotted to some governors, senators, and other political bigwigs. The Bayelsa and Imo State governors, Senator Diri Doye and Senator Hope Uzodinma, Senator Leader Opeyemi Bamidele, and the People's Democratic Party National Secretary, Senator Samuel Anyanwu, are among the 568 persons whose land allocations in Maitama 2, Kedestra Zone 810, Abuja, were withdrawn by the minister. According to Lere Olayinka, media head to the minister, the withdrawal of the right of occupancy of the 568 land allottees were consequent upon the expiration of the extra 2 weeks grace period granted to them to pay their certificate of occupancy bills. Prominent Nigerians on the list of the 568 allottees are former Governor of Enugu State, Chimaroke Nnamani, Senator Minority Leader Abba Moro, Chairman of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, NIDCOM, Honorable Abike Dabiri Erewa, Federal lawmaker representing Obokun and Oriade Federal Constituency, Honorable Oluwole Oke, among others. However, the general public is invited to know that allottees and title holders who have completed their payment on or before 15th of January 2025 are not affected by this publication. A devastating fire broke out in a one-story building at 16 Ottawa Street, Efab Metropolis Estate, Kasana, close to Gwarimpa in Abuja on Wednesday night, leading to the tragic death of a 5-year-old girl and the destruction of properties worth millions of naira. The fire outbreak, which began around 10:30 p.m. while the family's generator was running, ravaged several rooms on the first floor of the building. The aftermath of the blaze left household items in charred remains, with piles of damaged belongings visible outside the compound. Despite the destruction, the family has continued to reside in the building, receiving support and condolences from estate residents and friends. From the foreign scene, the families of the hostages being held in Gaza said delays to the ceasefire and hostage deal have left them in limbo and agony. Relatives of some of the 98 hostages still believed to be held by Hamas reacted with guarded optimism to the truce announcement by Qatar and the United States on Wednesday. Israel carried out fresh airstrikes on Gaza on Thursday and accused Hamas of backtracking on part of the deal, which is intended to come into effect on Sunday. In the first stage, 33 hostages are said to be released over 6 weeks in exchange for hundreds of Palestinians imprisoned by Israel. The remainder are to be released in the second phase. The 98 hostages, some of whom are believed to be dead, include 4 people taken hostage in 2014 and 2015 respectively. For more housing news, catch up with Housing TV across all social media platforms.